Hi everybody, this is Lauren of Plan Mush Plan. Welcome back to another plan with me. This week I am doing a memory plan, as usual in my Erin Condren neutral vertical. It's the week of January 13th, and I was using this super cute kit from Sweet Bella XO called Cozy Love. I'm totally obsessed with her kits lately. They're just literally perfect. I love them. I've been doing this washi trick that I've been really liking for the new Erin Condren Life Planner. I kind of talked about it in my last plan with me, but it went by so fast. I kind of wanted to talk about it while I'm still doing it here. So I'm basically whiting out the vertical lines around like the hexagonal boxes, and then I'm whiting out just the vertical lines like on the second row of the like bottom washi section. That way you don't have to and also the vertical line on the right hand side, for whatever reason the washi strips in the kits I've been using aren't long enough for it. But this way, I really like it because you only have to, it's like kind of minimal whiteout, but you still get that like whited out look in between the two strips of washi. If you're using two strips of washi for the bottom washi, you can see like I only did a little bit of whiteout, but it looks like there's no lines running in between that washi. And then I just really like too that the boxes where you're planning the daily part look like they have a kind of clean finish where like everything finishes together, like in the same space, where I don't know, instead of just sometimes with different ways people do it, sometimes they like white out that line so it doesn't look like the boxes actually finish anywhere, which I don't like, or the columns actually finish anywhere. So I've been enjoying this method. It's been working out really well. And then the other thing that I've been doing that you're seeing now is obviously whiting out that atrocious I hate it, that giant hexagon thing. That's probably one of the most annoying parts of the planner, besides the headers being rounded. Like, what was that about? That was annoying. But anyways, you can kind of work around that without too much whiteout, the header part, but the hexagonal part is just like, there's a huge splotch of whiteout up top that really annoys me. But yeah, so I've been just kind of whiting that out and then mimicking how the old Erin Condren used to look with a January or whatever monthly sticker and a flag up in that corner, which I like. And then the date covers are from the kit, and I am using some date dots from Sweet Bella XO, not from the kit, but I really like her font, the kind of Times New Roman looking font. I just think it looks really good, and then I really like clear date covers. All right, let me see. I'm going to see if I can find some questions from my Instagram, because that's pretty much all I have to say about putting, oh man, I just, how you have to like look in your archive if you ask questions and you want to find them. I just accidentally pressed the activity button and it told me how much time on Instagram I spend daily, and that was terrifying. I did not need to know that. I try very hard not to look at that. Still looking here. I should have done this beforehand. Okay, I don't know. What else could I talk about, since I don't know where my questions are. It's Super Bowl Sunday today as I'm filming this, or doing the voiceover. I'm not really, I don't enjoy sports. If I never had to watch another like sports game on TV again, I'd be a happy lady. But my husband does not feel that way, and neither does his family. So we'll be heading over there this afternoon to hang out with his parents and watch the game and have some drinks and food and all that. So that's fine. For me, I'm like, so long as there's food and drinks and people to hang out with, I'm all good. I found my questions. I don't know if at this point it makes sense to answer them. The problem too, I'm looking at them, I can't remember which ones I've answered and which ones I haven't. Let's see. Monica asked me, how did you get into planning with stickers? That's a good question. It was years ago. I think I had just graduated from college, and I was in a Facebook group that led me into another Facebook group that was about planning with stickers. And at that point, I had been like in college, I had been using a Lily Pulitzer planner and a bunch of different like colorful pens to plan, and I would like decorate it and draw and like color code with all my different colorful pens and all that. And then after college, I didn't really like have the need for a planner, so I didn't get one. And then I found Plum Paper and that Facebook group, and that led me down a whole, like, this was I think 2014 then. It led me down a whole a whole rabbit hole of like planning with stickers and stuff. There wasn't really like, I don't think there was really YouTube videos at the time, and like none of the big sticker shops that like you think of now for like the decorative style of planning, that didn't exist. Like there weren't sticker kits or anything. Like I don't think Scribble Prints Co. really existed, like who I think of as the like the first person who really like made decorative planning kind of a thing. But it was more like, I think CAD existed, Christian Designs, and some shops like that. And yeah, so that's kind of what I was using. I was using a lot of Nicole Hutch Designs when I first started. But yeah, that's how I got into it. It was a long time ago. Okay, on to the day by day. So I was still in DC. If you watch my last plan with me, the week before I had been on a business trip and I started in New York, and then over the weekend I traveled to DC, so I was still there. And Sunday night into Monday, I had done an overnight shift where I was at work until 3 in the morning. So on Monday, I of course marked getting Starbucks first thing in the morning with some stickers from the kit, and then I marked actually working. The shift was from 12 p.m. until 9 p.m. that night, to kind of, since we had been working until 3. So that was, yeah, I just took it. I think, actually, I do know the name of those off the top of my head because I want more of them. I love these. They're called bowstrung boxes, and they're from the Giving Girl. And I went to go buy some last night, but she was out of like a lot of the colorways and certain foils. So I'm going to wait, I think, until she has them all back in stock again. I don't really know like her shop, like how her shop runs, but hopefully she'll restock all of them. And then obviously the laptop girl is from Painted Bird Design, and then I put down the half or the full box and stuff with the header. And then I actually have a few of my friends live in DC, so I went out to dinner with 2 of them, which was really nice. It was restaurant week in DC, so there was like, you could go to really nice restaurants and the food would, like, dinner would only be $30, which is really cool, like a 3-course meal. So we did that at a restaurant called Kingbird. It was super nice. And it was actually, I think, in the hotel that, like, the Watergate Hotel, like where Watergate happened. So that was cool. But I was like, came straight off of work because I was supposed to work until 9, but dinner was at like 8:30, so I left a little bit early, and I just like did not look cute at all, and I felt so like out of place. But the dinner was really nice. And then after that, I just marked when I came back to the hotel room. I FaceTimed with Steven, so I used a little tiny Simply Watercolor Co. box and a cell phone from Tasseled Planner. And then I think I forgot to mention that the sticker that I used to mark dinner was from Paper Blush Bar. I do have a code for her. It's Lauren15. All of my codes are always linked down below. Okay, on Tuesday, I had 3 meetings that I had to call in for, so I marked those with just a flag from the kit, and then I'm, again, just marking, using a full box to mark nothing, just putting my full box down, I guess. I am then marking my work shift, which from this day was 8 to 5. It's funny, because I don't normally, like, work in shifts anymore, like, because I work in an office, but for this kind of work that I was doing, I was, so I like was marking down the times and stuff. Like I don't normally have to like be somewhere at a certain time unless I have a meeting for work, so it's kind of a change, or was a change for me this week. But I was staying at the same hotel as my coworkers, so I would just go with them, which was nice. Okay, and then I marked this place called Sundevich, which was, I don't normally mark my lunch unless I like have a reason to, like if I'm doing something special. I was just going with my coworkers, but I went on Monday and Tuesday to this place called Sundovich. If you're ever in Georgetown and you want like a quick, easy, delicious sandwich, like such a good sandwich, go there. It was amazing. And I don't say that lightly. It was just like genuinely such good sandwiches. So I had to put that down, and that sticker is from Paper Muse Crafts. After work, we went and did a happy hour with my coworkers. My boss had flown in that day. I was so happy to see him. So we went with him and some of my other coworkers, and our hotel, like I mentioned, it was super cute and boutique-y, and they had like a rooftop bar that was like, like they had like tented it with a clear tent for the winter time. It was super cute. So I marked the happy hour with a drink from Crafts by Towie, and then I'm just kind of rearranging and putting stuff down. My cousin and her husband also live in DC. If you've been with me for a while, you might know I actually, like this summer, I did a memory plan on their wedding in DC back in June. But anyways, I met up with them. We went out to dinner at I wish I knew the name of the place, but it was actually really funny. My cousin is very like type A, planned, like plan ahead kind of person, like lots of communication, whatever. And we had been planning to go out to dinner this night for like a couple weeks. She was like, oh, I'm gonna take you to this place, it's gonna be great. I'm like, okay, cool. And so she's like, okay, reservations at 7:30. And I was talking to my boss, and he was like, when we were at the happy hour, and he's like, oh yeah, I've totally been to that place, it's like right down the street, da 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 da. So I'm like, okay. So I just went up to my room like quickly right before I was supposed to go to like freshen up a little bit, and then I put in the Uber to get to wherever, I can't remember the name of wherever she had told me, and it was like 15 minutes away, and I was like, dang it. So I was already really late. And then when I got there, I'm like, hey, I'm here. And she's like, where? And I was like, I don't know, like at the bar. And she's like, oh my God, did I not tell you the name of the restaurant? Anyways, long story short, she had switched the restaurant and forgot to tell me about it, so I Ubered to the wrong restaurant. But it was fine. The other restaurant was close by, so it worked out. But anyways, that was a really fun dinner. I love hanging out with them. The snowflake is from Honey Inked. I got that inspiration from Rachel of Gathered Plans. I've been using them a lot in the like January spreads, and I think it's so cute. And then the little squiggle was from Rose Color Days. Okay, so obviously I have moved on to Wednesday. Wednesday was the day that I flew home, so I got up early and packed, and I just used a paper blush bar suitcase sticker to mark that, and then I'm marking my flight with some deco from the kit and a vertical half box, and then that suitcase sticker is from Piper Paper Company, and the bow is from Tasseled Planner, who no longer is open. So I had my flight. I slept for a good part of it at the beginning, since it was still on East Coast time, and then once it was kind of like work time, West Coast time, I got online and worked a little bit. The Wi-Fi was really shitty though, really bad. So I had a hard time doing that. And then once I got home, there was so much traffic to get home. I was really annoyed. I was so tired too, because I had just this, like, my sleep schedule from these overnight shifts and being on the, different time zone was really messed up. So I was exhausted. But when I got home, I had one meeting that I had in the afternoon, which was fine. I just marked that with some paper blush bar stickers. And then that night when I got home, Steven ordered takeout for us, and we just kind of like hung out together, because it'd been a week since we'd seen each other. So I just marked like takeout and chill with a half box from the kit that had like a little, I don't know, what is that? It's like a little foiled like hot chocolate or something, and then a cute kind of comfy looking chair. Okay, Thursday I was back in the office, and I marked that there was a rainstorm, which I don't always mark the weather, but when it's like aggressive and it really messes with my day, then I will sometimes mark it. So this was one of those days, and I almost wish it was on the Friday, because I ended up taking Friday off as like a comp day since I worked all through the weekend. But anyways, it was fine. So the rainstorm I just used, I love the flags in her kit, in Sweet Bella XO's kits. They come like already they're not the full width of the box, so I don't have to trim them down, which I love. Like, that's so cool. And then the cloud stickers are from Thumbprints Co., who is no longer open. Unfortunately, I used to love her doodles. They were so cute and just like dainty and little. I marked being back in the office by taking the computer sticker from the kit and layering it over a flag. And then I had 4 meetings that day, so I just marked that with a quarter box and like a little arrow kind of sticker from the kit. And then I just marked it being, I really didn't do much this day. I was so tired from everything. So I marked a lazy night with some candle deco from the kit. And then I marked going to bed early with this half box that had like these cute little cozy looking socks foiled onto it. And then that sleep mask is from Paper Blush Bar. Okay, so then on Friday I took the day off because I had worked all through the weekend, so that was really nice and necessary. So I layered that day off sticker from the kit over top one of the snowflakes from Honey Inked. I think that looks so cute. I love it. And then even though I took the whole day off, I really still worked for like an hour or 2 in the morning. I just had to like, do a little bit of stuff on my computer, which was totally fine. So I did that. I marked that with a Paper Blush Bar, laptop sticker, and then I spent a lot of the day, like in the morning too, after I was working. I was just like meal plan. I've talked a little bit about this, how I've been loving, like I've bought a lot of new cookbooks and I've just really been loving, going through them like once a week and picking out stuff that I want to try, and then meal planning like a couple things, making a grocery list, whatever, and then like doing that for the week. So I spent some time doing that. I used a foiled like baking KitchenAid kind of mixer sticker from Simply Watercolor Co. to mark that. And then I had I just like ran a bunch of errands this day. I went to Michael's and Safeway, and I got froyo, which was kind of random, but I was hungry. So I marked that under this like to-do list from the kit. I really like how dainty her to-do lists are. I normally don't like checklist to-do lists, but hers was super cute, so I wanted to use it. And then I also had a wax appointment that I'm marking with a little wax sticker from Paper Blush Bar and a quarter box. That Michael's that I went to, oh my goodness gracious, it was a mess. I was looking for the Once More with Love sticker books, so I could make some more like sticker books of leftovers for giveaways. But that place, literally, the planners were just, the one that I normally go to, like closer to where my parents live, is really nice. This one, the planners it looked like there was just piles of planners everywhere. It was a disaster. I was like, okay, never again. Anyways, okay, so on Saturday, I had a really chill weekend. Like, Saturday was very chill. I created an Amazon store, which was very exciting. It took me a couple hours to, like, figure it out in the morning, but I'm marking it with a quarter box and a Panda Bird Design Girl. I have it linked down below if you're interested. It basically just had, like, people ask me all the time, like, what's your nail polish, or what pen are you using, stuff like that. So I basically just like put everything that I use, all the different nail polishes, like all my favorite nail polishes, all my favorite planner supplies, my filming supplies, just even my like favorite lifestyle supplies that people don't ask me about but I think are really great. I made different categories for it in my Amazon store, so you can shop those things. I do get a tiny percentage, like next to nothing. It really isn't, it's probably like a cent or two, but so you don't have to use the affiliate link if you don't want. But if you do have any questions about like what I'm using, you can now go into my Amazon store and see what I like. So that's linked down below. I also marked that I posted my 2020 planner setup this day. I used a flag from the kit and one of her, like the YouTube play button from the kit. Steven and I went and opened a new bank account this day, so I marked that. We were at the bank for a while. We also went grocery shopping for all that stuff I'd been planned for. And then there was something else that we did. Oh, I wish I had my plum paper planner that I wanted to mark, but I didn't have room for. So I ended up just putting this, like I tried to make room for it, which is why I put the like grocery shopping like a little bit higher, but I didn't, so I ended up just putting down that divider sticker, which I don't know who that's from. The $ sign that I put down is from Honey Inked. The shopping cart is from Paper Muse Crafts. And then I marked that I made these coconut shrimp bowls. They were like kind of a coconut-ish curry soup kind of thing with shrimp. They were really good from one of my cookbooks. So I just marked that with a half box. And then the whisk is from that same Simply Watercolor Co. sheet, I think. Okay, on Sunday, I marked sleeping in with some hot cocoa kind of deco stickers from the kit. And then I'm marking that I filmed, it was a big filming day. I filmed both a haul and a plan with me this day. So I used a camera sticker from the kit, and then that film script is from Station Stickers. We made some appetizers that I am marking with just a flag from the kit because we went over to Steven's parents' house, and well, he went earlier in the day and spent like the whole day over there. I went kind of more in the late afternoon, and we had dinner there and watched football games and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to mark that in the half box. I also marked that I had to do laundry this day. I just layered a laundry script from Station Stickers over a hanger from the kit, which I think is adorable, and a flag from the kit. And then I'm marking the dinner and football game at his parents' house with another one of those snowflakes from Honey 8 that I think are so cute. So yes, that is the whole spread. I love this one. This is hands down one of my favorite spreads that I have done in a very long time. The colors are so girly and I love it. They're just perfect. Her stickers are like exactly my style. I wanted to use every single one of them, but I just feel like the spread turned out very balanced, and I hate how you can see all the white out here, but I really did like how it turned out. It was perfect. So I think that's pretty much everything. I really appreciate if you watch this whole video. As always, thank you so much, and that's all for me. Bye.